should be very interesting.
Let's go ahead and get right into this here. I think the duelists are just going ahead and shuffling up their decks. And there's the die roll. That is a 8.
Doubles, roll again.
And a 4. All right.
Unfortunately, doubles don't
we
really
brought you guys
roll
a Danger Thunder Dragon match. We know we've been bringing you a bunch of Endymion plus Salamangreat, and I wanted to bring you something a little bit different that's in the top tiers of the meta. I believe this is table 4, actually. So, yeah, both these players are up there, but Michael State getting the ability to go first is going to be pretty good.
And there's a reveal of Danger Thunderbird. And it looks like they're going to agree to use the dice to choose.
I think this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody ends up like suspecting the opponent of trying to purposely track. Right. Everything does seem random.
Hitting the Collapse Serpent. Nessie coming down now.
And State playing with such efficiency for having been on a small break.
Absolutely. I mean, I played against Michael State before, and he's a very fast player, and I think that's one of the best things about playing against him, is that you know he's never going to really take his time. He'll take moments where he needs to think, but he's always very proficient with his moves.
And here comes Eclipse Weaver, and so maybe he hates to see 2 Cola Serpents go from hand in this situation.
So, got the Nessie come down again. Hits the 5, and he hits the Nessie.
Hits it.
Okay. That's not too bad. It just replaces itself.
So a really interesting situation here is with 2 Cola Serpents gone, it really hurts his engine unless he happens to be playing with that third, which is very uncommon.
Very unlikely, yeah. I mean, he could be, who knows? But Jackalope coming down now. This is going to guarantee a monster, and this will allow him to go into a Saryuja. Chain blocked by Eclipse Wyvern, by the way. So
yeah, it'll have to be a hard block like Effect Veiler or Impermanence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
They lost a die.
And the Gentleman's Reroll.
All right. And he hits the Jackalope. All right, doesn't matter. He still gets the monster anyway. Obviously, it's ideal if he hit the other card, but it's fine. So now we're going to see Tsuchinoko hit the field.
Danger Snecka, fan favorite out here. And now we finally see 4 different materials, 4 different names. And his deck being shuffled for presumably the draw. And yeah,
wow, look at that. that was one of the coolest ways to go into a Link 4 that I've ever seen.
Sorry, you're just going to use a special ability?
And there's the Ash.
But couldn't he have used Weaver?
No, so one of the people in chat said that it is mandatory, correct. I forgot that Wyvern is mandatory. So he is going to banish a Chaos Dragon Levianeer with that.
And he can still use the extension play of Saryuja, but this is not where he wants to be with a single card with hand. Yeah.
Because at this point, I mean,
it all comes down to how Ethan is drawn at this point.
Yeah, and
then.
It looks like...
Oh! What a last card to have indeed.
All right, so that could be what he needed. That was in his hand the entire time.
So a lot of decks have been trying to turbo it out of the deck, but here he just happened to draw it and has it.
Yeah.
And at first it seems like a brick, but now it may be exactly what he needed to go off.
Okay, so Flame Buffalo. This is the first time seeing Flame Buffalo all weekend.
Yeah, interesting situation there.
I love Flame Buffalo just allowing you to just pretty much cycle cards.
And now considering where he seems to be stuck. And he goes for the Saryuja.
He's going to crash into the Saryuja there. I believe that's... Ooh. I do not know Buffalo's attack.
Did he summon it to Saryuja's
He did not summon it to Saryuja's zone, no. I know Saryuja's on 28. I think Buffalo is, let's say, 15?
Looking it
We're going to pull that up here. I know chat's probably going to pull it up before we do, but... Ethan going to go ahead and set to 3 back row. And pass the turn back. That Goliath's strong.
It has 1,400
I was close. All right, so he's going to take 1,400 damage from that then. And called by the grave on the Thunder Dragon.
But now he's
so he's attacking with both. So Saryuja's going to be 28. And then...
Goliath should be boosted by
Goliath is boosted by the Saryuja plus 3. So I think it's 3,000. Is Goliath 2,700 base? Who Foxy summons, and Ethan's just gonna scoop it up. So
yeah, you were correct though. 2750.
All right, 2750.
We gotta have the auto.
Sorry, 2750. But Michael State gonna take game 1.
What a dominating game from a situation where we both thought, oh, this is not a good look to.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
But
this is
it
nice.
all came down to that Amorphage Goliath.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
I mean, if it were
that was a Veiler or an Impermanence, it wasn't touching down.
yeah.
It's hot here fast. I tried to with a straight face. I tried to. We don't do those during the main course of action.
Of course not. So Ethan going to start Salamangreat Circle. Never a bad card to start off with.
Oh yeah, just hey, let me see what I can get with this.
I'll take a quick play Rhoda for my deck. It seems fair. That's also recurable by half the archetype. You know, it's all right. I believe he grabbed a Gazelle.
The intensity of Michael State looks like a boxer ready to go in.
So Foxy. A whiff on the Foxy.
Wow, that is somewhat rare.
No Salamangreat cards, and now Foxy cannot use its other effect to recur itself. So we see a Phalanx and a Gazelle as Chainlink 2.
So he's still going to be at least able to go somewhere, but you don't want to see that happen if you're
Right, exactly. Especially because you didn't get any value off the Foxy. Like at that point, he could have just linked it off and used it as like another 3. But obviously, you don't know that when you try it. Oh, Salamangreat Foul coming down now as well. That's going to enable some rank 4 plays here. So special summoning out the Spinny, overlaying for Mirage Stalio. And I imagine Michael State's probably going to let all this go through.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like at this point he has much to respond to.
Now, if you're Ethan at this point, you're probably, you know, Dweller seems like a pretty good card.
Dweller is a very strong option against the deck, but they do have play arounds.
They do.
The Thunder Dragons, you know, get their effects on Banish, so does Eclipse Weaver, and you got to really decide how you're going to play through a Dweller.
Absolutely. So Sanctuary coming down. Going to go ahead and Reincarnation Link summon that Sunlight Wolf. Get all that value out of it that he can.
Yeah, the main thing the Dweller really hurts is the baby Chaos Dragons, as they've kind of become known.
Sure.
Weaver Buster, Cola Serpent. Those do get heavily hurt on their Link climbing.
And here comes the Dweller.
Yep.
Alrighty, so question is, what else does Ethan have in his hand?
A lot of people going between this and Baguska, but Dweller seems to be a huge favorite.
I think Baguska is strictly for the mirror match.
I do see it there most.
Yeah. It also comes up in other instances. Alright, so Michael State has to play through a Dweller, 1 back row, and potentially a couple hand traps in Ethan's hand here. Starting off with Solar.
Checks his back row. Has not Dwellered yet.
No need to necessarily.
Maybe he wants to do it to danger reveal.
It's true.
Nope, gonna go ahead
And here comes Dweller. Yeah, I would just... There's no reason not to. That's like the good old days when Dweller was in its prime.
I think the smart thing actually is to wait for a card commit to board so you don't get impermanence.
That's fair, right.
Yeah.
You don't want to shotgun it. I'm saying, yeah, he played the Solar.
Right.
Yeah, he played that right. I meant as in not waiting for him to like have a card go to grave. Just might as well.
And there is regular good old Thunder Dragon.
Yes. Discarding it to add 2 more copies to his hand.
Doing its thing since MRD. That's almost as old as me.
Yeah. We've been playing this game a long time, John.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Michael State got a couple new cards in his hand. Or a couple more cards, I should say. And it's so great, too, because that plus typically... Ooh, Banishing.
And there is Weaver Buster. As we've said, it somewhat gets hurt by the Dweller here, so should be interesting.
And he's going ahead and resolving the effect of his Thunder Dragon Roar.
Yeah,
special summon Thunder Dragon Dark, yes. Thunder Dragon Dark coming out of the deck from Roar getting banished. And the best part about the vanilla Thunder Dragon is that it's just another card that can hit off the dangers, so that +1 actually converts to real card advantage.
And?
Zeka's Light.
Oh.
That's such a good card. I'll take 2.
Does Dweller turn off monsters or all card effects in the graveyard from activating?
Not 100% sure, actually.
I feel like it's monsters, but question mark. Let's look it up.
I know for sure it's monsters. I can't think of an instance where I've played where I've had a spell or trap activate with Dweller and Grave that I've wanted to resolve. Nightmare Phoenix, all right. Co-linked Nightmare Phoenix. So
any card effects activated in your opponent's graveyard cannot activate.
So it's everything.
You learn something new every day.
That's good to know. So we have a Chain Link here, a Phoenix Chain Link 1 and Sunlight Wolf Chain Link 2. So Ethan's going to use... Ooh, and then Salamangreat Circle Chain Link 3.
But that leaves him pretty wide open here if State's able to rally a board through the Dweller.
I mean, this makes sense, though, because Phoenix was threatening the back row anyway, so...
Well, yeah, I'm saying it has to go, but State has kind of open season if he can force it through Dweller.
Well, Ethan could potentially have a hand trap or two. He does have a couple cards in his hand. I believe he's searching a copy of Spinny, and he added back Foxy to his hand with the effect of Sunlight Wolf. And luckily, Michael State will get a... what did he discard for cost there?
It looks
That's
like
dark on the top.
Yeah.
That's what he used to link for it.
Can I have assignment 1v1, Oscar and Dennis?
He gets his new card. Yep. That card he discarded is just one too high. Ooh. A on Thunder Dragon. Okay. So he's going to banish Dark and a normal Thunder Dragon. That will trigger the Dark. I imagine he's going to want to get Hawk here.
Duo is a beast.
I think a lot of people underrated Duo at first, and they were starting to realize the significance of it as being like an extender to help you kind of fix those awkward positions where you've got like Thunder Dragons engraved, but you can't banish them like through like Levianeer or something like that. Not to mention it's searchable.
State may have used his normal summon, but if he can push past that, he has access to an extra monster zone from Phoenix in his main monster zone, as well as the extra monster zone itself. So Phoenix has opened up his zone for him.
Pitching the Dragon Hawk for its effect. It activates in the hand, so Dweller does not matter here. He's going to get back the Roar.
And it looks like he used Duo's effect there. I believe it gives it a little boost.
Yes, 300. So that Duo is 31?
I believe so,
I believe so, yes. All right, Nessie coming down now.
Now he really needs to avoid the snipes. And he has 5 cards to do it with.
1 through 5. I think it's a 6. The suspense, 2.
Ooh. It looks like a Jackalope from here. Yes.
It was Jackalope, yes.
I spy with my little eye.
So Jackalope will not trigger because of Dweller. But he does get the Nessie summon. And that's like the thing about this Danger Thunder Dragon deck. Like, you can just summon like a million beefy monsters and just beat your opponent in with them. I mean, we got what, 28, 24?
There's Cola Serpent. Already had it.
Collapse Serpent is going to be very significant here.
With all of this loaded, you're going to use...
Here comes Saryuja.
Interesting using the Phoenix as a material in case you wanted to link climb higher later. But I guess you want to, of course, leave the Duos in a beater, too.
Well, also, he can get the advantage from the Duo during the end of Ethan's turn if it survives that long. So Saryuja Resolving is going to draw 4. It's going to put 3 on the bottom. Such a strong card.
I like how they made a trap card based off of it that tries to give you the effect back.
In the new set.
Yeah.
Not
Dark Neostorm.
No, it's in Rising Rampage, isn't it?
No, it's a Dark Neostorm. It's a TCG.
It's a TCG exclusive.
It's a trap card, yes.
We've been getting those leaks in Rising Rampage at the same time. Pancratop's coming down now. That definitely came off of the Saryuja.
And boosted.
Yes. The Thunder Dragon Duo boosted by its own effect, of course, not the Saryuja here. But 2,900 Pancratops. That's if Pancratops couldn't get any better.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's 29.
Reading the field spell, making sure there's not any tricks he's about to fall into.
Yeah, it does have that secondary effect that a lot of people kind of neglect. It's very, very niche, but can sometimes be useful. Now, there's also, I believe, at least one Balinx in Ethan's graveyard as well.
Chaos Dragon Levianeer. There is no stopping Michael State right now.
That's going to be big. Did we see what he banished, though? I think Michael State's looking for a translation. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Right now, it feels like a Florida breeze is meeting the Texas heat, and these two are colliding head-to-head right now.
Who knows? It could make a hurricane.
Ooh. A thunderstorm.
A thunderstorm, you could say. It could be dwelling. In any case, so Ethan just checking Leviner's effect. We cannot tell what was fully banished.
I see a solar.
I see a solar, so there's at least a light.
I saw dark, and I think regular Thunder Dragon. Is what
well, no, he
like.
banished dark for Collapse Serpent.
Oh, okay.
So I would assume he did it for the effect of pop cards. So he's going to destroy the Dweller and the Mirage Stalio. Levianeer does not target, which is what makes it so good.
Looks like he's opting to save that Baelynx.
Looks like it.
And there's Gazelle.
Gazelle's going to leap out of the hand when the Mirage Stalio leaves the field, so Ethan will get to send a card to the graveyard.
Back to 930 viewers.
That's crazy. We're almost at 1,000 again.
Y'all mad lads. We already broke one stream record. How many are you going to break today?
Say, what was our record so far? 1,000, like 14? Okay. We can beat that. That's easy.
Ooh.
I think they're waiting on Doge to call something.
No, Ethan was sending something off of Gazelle's effect, and I'm not exactly sure what. Because again, his graveyard's fanned out, so. But it looks like Michael State has his next play.
Yeah, gonna continue this relentless onslaught.
Oh,
and Danger Thunderbird.
That's being special summoned off Saryuja's effect.
So it's gonna be a 3,100, bigger than a Blue Eyes White Dragon, right? Or is it 31? Or is it 3 even?
You can double check that.
I'm pretty sure it's 28 plus 3.
It's 27 or 28, I believe. I know Bigfoot's 3K, and it's smaller than Bigfoot.
Don't forget Dragon Ball Super Play. Show us that you submitted the survey online.
Looks like Michael State's doing some math here to see if he can clench game with his board of almost all 3,000 attack monsters.
2,800/24.
All right, so it's 31. So he's got a 3,100 Duo, 2,900 Pankratops, 3,100 Thunderbird.
The Levianeer cannot attack as it's activated to effect this turn, though.
All right, so Saryuja is going to go ahead and hit into the Gazelle.
When your weakest monster attacking is a Saryuja.
Yeah. So he's going to use Baelynx to protect.
And that saves the most life points. So it looks like Ethan's likely to manage to survive, but now he could attack with Pankratops and then use the effect to take something down as well. So
sure.
he can, and that looks to be what he is doing.
So Pankratops into that, so that's going to be 1,100 damage.
So that leaves 6,900.
First damage for the game.
It does look like he's barely missing game point if he uses Pankratops effect.
Michael State doing some quick math here. Who knows, maybe he has some spice in his extra deck to be able to clench it out. Okay, so he attacked with the Saryuja, he attacked with a Pankratops. So Duo is going to attack into Gazelle.
Yeah, it looks like seeing that it wasn't game, he doesn't want to give up the Pankratops, which can just pop something for him during his opponent's turn, giving him another interruption. And now
Ethan asking for another translation here, it looks like. Or, oh no, maybe Michael's actually checking his own. Oh no, he is.
Yeah, a lot of duels end up going on break, so they don't know the exact wording, and that can be very important to them.
Absolutely, yeah, because this game, the wording is more important than anything. Or the punctuation.
Yeah.
One or the other.
The punctuation could dictate the entire card.
Yeah, basically. And so it looks like, oh, using Dragon, was that Dragon Duo's effect?
I believe so.
So Michael State's still contemplating here to see if he has game. You said Leviathan cannot attack.
Yeah.
So all he has left to attack is the Thunderbird.
If it is activated, it selects this turn, which it did. It
Right.
should not be able to attack the opponent. And it looks like we are going into XC summoning
rank
after
8.
attacking. Hope
Harbinger. Okay. I'm
So he
gonna.
believes his problems might come from spells.
I'm gonna assume he attacked with the Thunderbird. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't.
And now Link summoning.
It's gonna be a Link for.
Oh, seeing this more and more today. Heretics.
We've been seeing this in so many games. So now Michael State has a spell negation
A monster bounce and a pop.
and a pop. That's a pretty solid board. That's going to be pretty difficult for him to play through.
Harbinger's an interesting one to see pop out here compared to the usual.
I mean, I guess he's possibly thinking about, Salamangreat Circle. What are like big spells in the deck? Maybe he's just trying to make sure that he covers all his bases, because he has 2 monster disruptions effectively, so he might as well have a spell one too. Looks like Ethan has 3 to 4 cards in hand.
Yeah, he's not skimping. He has a pretty decent chunk able to come back here. But staring down that board, it is rough. I like how all we can do is speculate on the side. I haven't seen a red rebooter really back row matter.
All right, so Flame Buffalo. We've seen this before.
And State perhaps considering on summon?
This is his normal summon, so I mean, at this point, do you just...
There's a spinny. Is there a Jaguar? There's a foul. He is going to
use
go ahead
Hieratic
and do
Spheres, yes. So that will bounce the Flame Buffalo back to hand, and that will eat up Ethan's normal summon.
And now he's going to use that other effect.
Yeah, so he gets a special summon a dragon from his deck.
And I think we might know what's coming here.
Possibly.
Floodgates are good, kids.
Oh, Diabolos.
No,
Okay.
Darkest. Yep. Now, still a very strong effect. Can't be targeted by the opponent.
Correct. Such a strong card. This is a really good boss monster for a structure deck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Structure decks have been pretty insane consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Ballardroach.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? Salamangreat.
Yep.
The Endymion.
And I was gonna say Endymion. Yeah, we have tons of structure deck cards. It's awesome. All right, so. Looks like Ethan was attempting to activate Spinny, thinking if he controlled a Salamangreat card, but I think you have to control a monster.
Yeah, Ethan mayhaps hasn't played in a while. Yep,
that's going to be it. So Michael State moving on to 4-0-1.
I know the Salamangreat decks brought a lot of duelists back, very similar to the domain decks. Once you have that promise of, a structure deck can almost get you there, you see a huge rise in the amount of duelists playing, and attendance for everybody is out of control.
For sure. I mean, and it just goes to show, that's why the deck is one of the strongest decks in the format right now.